Namaste programs, welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator, and the Rove through Canada continues, and we've got another new bush trip already. Vancouver Island bush trip, official bush trip. Vancouver Island, hailed as one of Canada's most geographically diverse and beautiful regions, is located in southwestern British Columbia, part of the Greater Pacific Rim. The island borders the Pacific Ocean on its western periphery and is separated from mainland North America by a series of straits on its northeast, east, and south. The island, 283 miles long and 100 miles at its widest, comprises an incredibly varied spectrum of landscapes, including coastal fjords, mountains, dense forests, and urban patchworks. Home to British Columbia's capital, Victoria, Vancouver Island has Canada's most temperate climate due to the Pacific's influence, with many areas rarely experiencing freezing temperatures. This bush trip explores all that Vancouver Island has to offer, taking in its coasts, high mountains, small towns, and the city vistas of Victoria. Beginning at Tofino Long Beach Airport, located on the island's central western coastline, the route heads north, visiting lakes, rivers, small towns, coastal forms, and mountains along the way. The journey then heads down the eastern margin of Vancouver Island, flying along the Strait of Georgia, and then ends at Victoria. Flight length is 823 kilometers, flight duration is 3 hours 39, 5 legs. It's from Tofino to Victoria. Leg 1 is Tofino to Woss. Let's get going. Alright, I think we're ready to go. We're in some kind of JMB aircraft here. Let's go. Let's just get going. Get the handbrake off. Been a while since I've been in this plane. We'll see how we go. Ready to take off already. Do the gear come up? They do. And we want 273 for 2 minutes 4 seconds. Cox Bay. After lifting off from Tofino Long Beach Airport, head to the northwest and visually pick up the Pacific Rim Highway and follow it to Cox Bay. We're back to visually picking things up again. I love it. Let's go to Cox Bay. Guess that's the bay over there, surely. Surely that's the bay. Get this thing off my screen, game. Why? Why? Hello. Wondering who I'm talking to on the YouTube video? I record these live. So this is basically a stripped down, no webcam, no map version of the trip. If you want the full trip with chat and my face, actually, is this the highway below us? Then you can find it in the description below. Alright, so let's go 0% trim, see what that's all about. Like 1 step into 0. Let's see how that goes with this plane. Is this the highway below us? It does say 4 on the Google map that I've got. So that must be Highway 4. Apparently the Pacific Rim Highway. Of course, we're not in winter anymore because it's a bush trip, which is a bit sad. Because I like the snow. Even though the edge of this place is all not snowy because the water's warm apparently. Which is why, apparently, we can have surf all year round. Seems unlikely to me, but a lot of wind, that's for sure. Well, we're about to hit this bay, but we've only done 1.5 minutes, although we will be a bit slow. So it's going to make it even worse. Alright, let's try 2%, minus 2%. Not risking any kind of overloading, I don't think. Doing alright. Tofino on our right at the end of this peninsula. Oh, there we go. Purple arrow's happy, so 300 for 242. Yeah, we have scrolling issues as always. There we go. Fuggyes Island. From Cox Bay, continue along the coast, heading to the northwest and cross into Templar Channel. Pass over the northeastern aspect of Wikaninish Island and then fly over the heart of Fuggyes Island, which is a habitat for a number of animals, including cougar, black bear, and wolf. Cougar? Uh, that looks like a very small plane. It sure does. It is a tiny little pipsqueak of a plane, it seems. But it's, you know, it's kind of nippy. It's nice. I don't seem to remember having much issues with this one in previous bush trips that have used it. I've forgotten what it's called. JMB something. It just says JMB aircraft there, so, don't know. JMB something or other. A something something. How are we doing on trimming? We're still gaining height, so let's try 3%. Yeah, that's not too bad. We're sort of floating along. So 3%. 3% is what we're up to. It's Vargas Island. This is Vargas Island. Let's find a cougar and a black bear. How could you have such a small island and have 3 super predators like that? Cougar, black bear, and wolf. Are you kidding me? Imagine being a prey animal on this island. I think that would suck. We've done 216 of 242. I see this bush trip designer likes flying over water as well. All these things to see, and it's like, let's head over the water. I guess it is what it is. .240, 242. We should have turned by now, Purple Arrow. How dare you? How dare you, Purple Arrow? You have abandoned us. Here we go. 287 for 520. Going to Raphael Point. Continue to the northwest, flying over Brabant Channel and then directly over Bartlett Island 32. Pass over the Russell Channel, sighting the southwest end of Flores Island at Seawash Cove. Of course, I'll be doing all of that. Why wouldn't I? Skirt the western coastline of Flores Island to its westernmost point, Raphael Point. Flores Island boasts some of the largest tract of old-growth forest in the Vancouver Island region. Vancouver Island region? Why not just say Vancouver Island? Trying to sound all important and stuff. Using big words and stuff. We can report no cougars. They are hiding. Let's see. From Cox Bay... Oh no, let's put the other way. Continue to the northwest. Over the Brabant Channel. So I guess this is the Brabant Channel. And then directly over Bartlett Island 32. Now, I haven't seen the other 31 Bartlett Islands. But Bartlett Island 32. Then over the Russell Channel. And then Flores Island in Seawash Cove. This is so complicated. But I appreciate it. I appreciate it that they're naming other things. That's how the bush trips should be. That's how they damn well should be. None of this fly a little bit to the northwest and then turn right. That's not particularly useful. Not particularly useful at all. This must be Flores, no, past Russell Channel. This must be Bartlett Island 32. Good old number 32. My chair is basically fallen out from underneath me. There we go. Let the bum in the chair properly. Sit up straight. There, much better. So much better. Na, 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 na. Na, 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 na. Where am I going? This way. So this must be Flores Point. So it said it was an island. Interesting. Where's Island Siwash Cove? So is this an island to our right? Interesting. Can't quite see that from this angle. Would have thought that was just part of the... Well, when I say mainland... Oh, it does say Flores Island Provincial Park on our Googles. There's a little town on the other edge of it called Marktosis. Sounds like a disease. Did I reset my clock? I don't know that I did. Anyway, if I did... No, I must have. We've done 3:45. If I hadn't reset my clock, that means we've been going for a minute. We've definitely been going for more than a minute. So we've probably got about a minute and a half till we're at Flores Point. So that's probably it in front of us there. Maybe the next one. Maybe the next point. Who knows? I'm not going to make a point of it. Lel. Up just a little more. There we go. It's very green. Yes, for some reason, well, the bush trip's not live weather, so it's probably summer on the bush trip. We've gone back in time or forward in time or whichever way you want to look at it. So it's all going to be green instead of snowy, but that's fine. The Rove is not just, you know, in space, it's also in time as well. Now I want to see if the music's too loud on the stream. Let's see if the music's too loud. No, it's not. It's not drowning me out at least. You're drowning the game out a little bit, but that's fine. Maybe I'll tweak it just slightly. We'll do that. There we go. Still doing 287. There we've just done 520 on my clock. Purple Arrow, what you doing? Time to turn. I guess this is Flores Point here. Right, 340. For 4 minutes, 4 seconds. Sydney Inlet. Sydney. A Sydney. Now winner is a Sydney. Fly along the long, narrow Sydney Inlet to its northernmost point where it meets the Sydney River. Bro, Lord Sydney. Getting things named after him everywhere. Fun fact, it's actually, what? Sydney, the town in in Australia, and presumably this one as well, named after a Lord Sydney. And that lordship, that name, is a title that goes back to Saint-Denis in France. It's actually Lord Saint-Denis. So this is the Saint-Denis River, really. Really. What kind of, you know, language evolves, things change. It's not Worcestershire, it's Worcester, you know. Language, bro. We're gonna need a thumbnail at some point, so where's that looking? Not a great spot. Let's go like that. Very nice. 1823. What a wonderful year. I gonna have to go back. Don't like that. The plane's flying off. It's going off on its own. Was it 1842? Need to write that down before the plane crashes. There we go. Beautiful. Done. Wrong side of Canada to be speaking French. We've had some French names already, so I don't know. I guess I would have thought absolutely, but yesterday, what did we see yesterday? I forget, but it was very different. Oh, it was Alouette. We saw the Alouette River, which is Lark in French, it turns out. We go 4 minutes 4 seconds. Right, we're heading to this river here. We're in Hot Springs Cove. Nice. It seems that we've had a lot of hot springs throughout the Rockies. And now here. All of this must still be very geologically active. It's interesting. We must still have volcanoes and things there. Things are right. I might get in Spotify what song's playing. There we go. Add to library. Oh. Scratch the chin. There we go. Scratched. Alright, we've done 324, probably another 30 seconds or so. And I'm going to assume that the Sydney River's the one on the left. What's our next turn? You're slightly to the left, so it could have gone to the right, that could have been it, or it could be the left. So did it call it Sydney Inlet? And yet Google says Hot Springs Cove. Make up your mind. These bush trips and Google don't seem to agree on anything, the way things are named. Alright, we have done 4 minutes 4 seconds. We are now in the hands of Purple Line Jesus. Guide us, O Saviour. There we go. Right down this river here. Also, 323 or 233. Sydney River. Fly along the long, narrow Sydney Inlet to its northernmost point where it meets the Sydney River. This is the Sydney Inlet. Ah, gotcha. Gotcha. But we haven't even made the river yet. We're still at the inlet. Yes, okay. That makes sense. That makes somewhat a little bit of sense. So it was Hot Springs Cove. This is the Sydney Inlet. And at the end of this leg, or this segment, we will be at Sydney River. Probably should get up a bit higher. I assume we're going to be following some of these waterways, but you know that's going to be cool without being going higher. Without going higher. What English is this? Without being going higher. But you just never know with these bush trips. It might be, you know, sight Mount something or other at 10,500 feet, and we won't have time to be high enough. We'll see. A minute before we get to the Sydney River. Maybe I'll trim up just a bit. Let's go to 0% so that we are actually climbing. There we go. Because, yeah, even if we follow this valley here, it's actually a little bit low. The valley floor itself is fairly high. Incredible. Look at this natural wilderness. This beautiful river inlet slash waterway mountainous valley thing. technical term. Oh, Canada. Thank you, Spotify. I should probably pay for Spotify Premium so that we don't get ads, but who cares actually? A little bit of an ad. It's in French, can't even understand it, so who cares? There's my plane going. There we go, 307. For 753, bruh. Mount Walker, there you go, I mentioned a mountain. Gain a visual on Hannah Channel to the northwest of Sydney River. Yeah, okay, maybe. Pass over Hannah Channel and sight Mount Walker 3,711 feet above sea level. That must be it right off in the distance because we're going 8 minutes. It's down there somewhere. Anyway, I guess we've got to fly there. This song's alright. Save to library. Wondering what I'm talking about songs on if you're watching the video. That's also from the stream. That's also from the stream. Well, I'm using copyright music now, so I could easily put it on the video bush trip. We'll see. If you're here at music watching the YouTube video and not the VOD of the live stream, then I put the music in. Probably won't, because that's not what I've done before. I want to keep the bush trips fairly sacred, you know? And if you want to watch it with music, just watch the VOD in the description below. Lake in front of us? Is this a lake I see before me? Well, I don't know which mountain's going to be Mount Walker. Captain Walker. Alright, so suddenly we're losing height again. I don't know why, given I trimmed up to 0. That's fine. Let's hope we make it over this. Maybe I'll give it a bit of an oomph because there were some downdrafts there. That's what the issue is. There we go. That's better. Now we can't be at the mercy of some vicious downdraft. Look at this lake though. Is this the Hannah Channel? 3,711 feet above sea level. And we've done 2.5 minutes of 8, so yeah, well look, there's a bunch of candidate mountains over there. It could be any of them. They're all about the same height. So which one's Mount Walker? Go back to -3%. There we go. See how that goes. Where you going, plane? Hello, are you the Hannah Channel? Anybody? Anybody? We've got no civilization around here though. Haven't seen a hut, a boat, a yurt. I don't even know what a yurt is. What kind of boat or is it a kind of hut? I don't know. I've heard the word yurt before, but I don't know what it is. Don't at me. Don't at me, I'm going to search for it. I mean, you don't have to at me because I'm looking it up right now. Yurt. Y-U-R-T. It's Turkish. Portable round tent. There you go. Portable round tent. I knew it was a hut. Or a boat. I knew it was one of those two things. Could have been a kind of yogurt. Shortened for yogurt, you know? It's a kind of hut. Yes, it is, indeed. This Bligh Island, apparently. I don't know if we've got Sydney River, we've got Bligh Island. So did... What's his face, Bligh? Captain Bligh of Mutiny on the Bounty, and also was a governor of New South Wales for a while. Was he up in Canada as well? Or is this another Bligh? Interesting. It's a kind of hurt. They've been everywhere, all these navigators. I agree. Obviously Cook, and I think there's Cook stuff in Canada as well. So these people probably went via Canada or something. I mean, Cook's journey to track the passage of Venus or whatever it was, which is where what he was doing when he discovered, in inverted commas, Australia. Hundreds of years after everyone already knew it was there. He might have gone through Canada as well. I know he's gone all through the Pacific. He got speared and killed in Fiji, didn't he? Somewhere there. One of the Pacific Islands. So yeah, and where was the bounty going to and from? Was it going directly from England, or... I don't think you would you? You'd pop over to... would you pop over to the east coast of America? You kind of have to, because they don't... You wouldn't want to go to Australia via the bottom of Africa, because that's the Cape of Good Hope or whatever, and it's known as extremely difficult, right? Didn't Cook die in the Sandwich Islands? Maybe. One of the islands. Is that not in the Pacific? Is that somewhere else? I'm not... Well, I did learn all this at school, but I don't remember any of it. Anyway, this must be Mount Walker in front of us, because it's quite high. And somehow I've lost all this height while I've been babbling on about Cook and Bligh. It is there at the Sandwich Island. Yeah, no, one of these islands. One of the Pacific Islands. He did or said something he shouldn't have. And they speared him, didn't they? Or did he just die of embarrassment? Have we cancelled Cook yet? We're cancelling everyone else from that time period. I'm pretty sure Cook probably had slaves. That's probably what he was doing in the Sandwich Islands. He was probably looking to exploit the native peoples. Song's alright. This song's alright. 50 million year trip. Nice. Cool title. Cool title. Perfect for what we're doing here. The 50 million year trip, otherwise known as the Rove. We've done our time. But we're still doing 307 according to the Purple Arrow. Oh. We'll wait till, I guess it wants me to be above Mount Walker first. I wonder if this is an acrobatic aircraft. Could be, actually. It does stay where I leave it. It doesn't right itself. But I could probably be doing some, you know, some tricks and things. Too risky, too risky. If it fails my bush trip because I'm doing a barrel roll, I won't be happy. Alright, 311 for 320. Reset our clock. Tarsus Inlet. From Mount Walker, gain a visual on the long, narrow, north-south trending Tarsus Inlet and maneuver over its midsection, gaining altitude. Why? We're already at as high as you wanted us to go. What the? Meant to gain altitude after I've gone over the big mountain? Come on, bush trip guy. Yeah, I'm on bush trip person. Get your shit together. Why am I gaining altitude? Because I'm going to Rugged Mountain. Oh, which is 6,000 feet. Where's that going to be? All the way over there somewhere. Well, I can see we'll have to gain altitude then. All right, let's just really gain altitude then. Trim right back. Trimming doesn't seem... Unlike the Grand Caravan, where trimming the slightest of trims and makes a huge difference, this one doesn't seem to make any difference whatsoever. Plane does what it wants to do. These little patches of green fields on these mountains that look like they have paths cut out of them. Probably human-made. Very Andes-like, very Patagonia that we did bush trip 1,500 million years ago. Wow. I've been doing this flight simulator thing for a while now, haven't I? Jesus. Ain't no one thought I had that in me. I get bored in 5 minutes of things. And here we are, like, over 2 years later. And I'm still enjoying this. Go figure. So this must be the Tarsis Inlet. Tarsis? Traverse its maneuver over its midsection. What kind of construction is that? Why not just say fly over its midsection, or fly over it? Maneuver over its midsection. Breh. Getting a bit windy up here. There's a name. There's a town, according to Google, just in front of us, called CPCC. CPCC. Anyway, cool name. CEEPEECEE. Hi, display. How's it going? CEEPEECEE. Oh, that 3 times in a row fast. Is this me maneuvering over its midsection? Probably. Anyway, we've done our 320, we've done 340. Come on, purple line. There we go. Purple line to the rescue. 340 for 456. Rugged Mountain. Yeah. Well, we went 340 this way. That must be right. I figured that was Rugged Mountain this whole time. Flying north, eye a group of peaks to the north, the highest mountains of the Haiti Range. A small chain of peaks that is part of the Vancouver Island Ranges. What a coincidence, we're on Vancouver Island. Sight the highest point, Rugged Mountain, which stands 6,106 feet above sea level. Fly over the summit of the peak, which grants a great view of the surrounding mountains and glaciers of Upper Haiti Range. I don't know how you pronounce that. H-A-I-H-T-E. Haiti. I guess you just ignore the other H. Haiti? We'll just say Haiti. Maybe there's like a in there, like a Haiti. Flying directly over CPEC? EPC. CPC. C-E-E-P-E-E-C-E-E. CPC. CPC. And what's this in? And this is this is Tarsus, the town, just below us. Excellent. Plane, I'm trying to get some water here, plane. Where are you going? Stop. Stop. flying off in a different direction. Probably one of these planes that's got fuel tanks that you have to switch between from each wing. But given that the bush trips now refuel you automatically, there's not much point managing that anymore. Which is a bit sad, really. I could have a quick look. Yeah, fuel left. Right. There we go. There we go. That will hopefully help eventually with constantly falling on my right wing here right now. Rugged mountain. Rugged mountain. Oh, shut up, the ads. Yeah, okay. I'm going to have to see how much... I don't want to use Spotify Premium. I wonder if I can find these copyright-free things to download and just play them as an MP3. How long is this fucking ad? If I click on this, $10 a month. Yeah, no. Yeah, no. Yeah, no. I could listen to it on YouTube, so we'll find another way. Spotify is not the way, apparently. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom. I had ads, but no, it's the music I'm listening to. I'm using Spotify, but I don't pay for Spotify. So if you don't pay for Spotify, it puts ads to the music you're listening to. But I'll find. I think I can download all of these things anyway. So download them as MP3. They're copyright free, so I have every right to play them and download them and whatnot. I mean, it's nothing wrong with the ads, I guess, you know, hey? What have we done? 4:25? We've got another 30 seconds before we're supposed to be at a rugged mountain. City, good name. Dude, the guy makes some good music. He makes some good synthwave music and has some cool sci-fi titles. I love it. Alright, we've now done 520. We're now in the hands of Purple Lane. Lord Purple Lane, guide us. Guess you'll... We'll move when we're at the top of this ridge here. Rugged mountain. That's got a little lake in it. Basically a caldera. Is this a volcano? It might be. 359. For 334. We're going to Woss Lake. Site Woss Lake. A long, narrow lake that runs predominantly north-south. Okay. I think it's this one right in front of us. According to Google, we're in Woss Lake Provincial Park, so I think that's Woss Lake down below. No, but in, I guess, 3 or 4 minutes, 3 minutes 54, we'll be intersecting with it. Oh, wait, probably level off. We don't need to lose much height, though. is so windy up here. Get back to 359. There we go. Let's go in the direction it wants us to go, rather than some random other direction that I seem to be going. Meow now. Meow now. Ah, over on the right there, we've got some paths carved out, do we? Is that what's going on there? Ah, yes, Google tells me this is actually Woss Lake. Some kind of mining going on, or is that a ski run? Or something in winter, maybe? Sometimes when you got those zigzag, it's a ski run in winter. Probably not. Probably not. I am getting absolutely blown up into the air here. What is going on? Let's try back at 3%. Was it 3? Let's try 3%. And counteract this updraft that we've got going on here. Jesus, the wind! The wind! Don't know that this plane is capable of dealing with winds like this. Give me RNGesus. We must be near the end, right? Oh yeah, Woss Lake, and then 1 minute to there, so we can start. Let's just get power off. Let's get out from the... We'll get down lower where it'll be a little bit calmer, hopefully. Plus, we need to be down at ground level. The airport is somewhere up ahead. Poor little plane is very wobbly. Yeah, poor little plane. Poor little pipsqueak. Let's land in Woss Lake. No, we're landing in Woss. Oh my goodness, the runway. It's next to a river. It's just a patch of white. That might actually be it in front of us. 342's the next, We need to frown on this one. Alright, let's get our power back up. We've lost enough height, I think. Oh, there we go. 342 for 131. It's actually this way. Thought it might be that just above our right wing now. Woss, from the northern aspect of Woss Lake. Hey, that's where we are. Sight the village of Woss and Woss Airport, which lies just to the west of the village. I think it must be round behind this. It doesn't look like it's anywhere near any mountains. There's some mountains off in the distance in the picture. We're definitely not heading towards a runway right now. Is that it at the base of the mountain? So the village is there to our right. Yeah, that's what Google says. Where's the runway then? I think this picture might be wrong. So this is the village. There's a bit of a line there, but I think that's actually the road and the river. It's not a runway there, is it? No. Alright, so we're going to go to the village, and then we're going to turn this way. Oh, that's it right there. That is it there. I thought it was a road. Yeah, okay. That's it there. We're going to have to come back over the river, over the town, over the hills and far away. Back this way a bit. I'm trying to lose speed here. How do I lose speed in this plane? It doesn't want to. It doesn't want to. It's not doing it. It wants nothing to do with losing speed. Come on, plane. Lose speed. With 0 power, I'm climbing. Trim back even more then. Calm down, plane. Just calm down. Get that flaps down. Get our gear down. Turn around. Turn around. Oh, now you want to lose speed. Now you want to lose speed, you plane. There it is. There's the runway. You cannot see any of these mountains in that picture. What a terrible... It's because it's pointing the other way. The camera's the other way. Always the other way. Is that a clue as to which way I'm supposed to land it? Don't know that I've actually got wind anywhere. No, if I do, I don't know where it is. Got a crosswind. That's not very good. Oh, come on, plane. No more floating. Let's just get down. We get over those trees. Maybe I am supposed to land it the other way. It looks like it's on a slope as well, so it would very definitely be this way. Down we go. Going way too fast already. What a weird runway this is. Trees in the road. Come on, little plane. You can do it. The gear down? The gear are down. Actually longer than I thought it was. Don't think this tree should be here, though. Get rid of it. Get it out of here. I'm floaty. There we go. Nice. Welcome to Woss. What's that all about? Let's hope it registers. Leg 1 of the... What is it? Vancouver Island? A bush trip in the book. I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you for watching. Thank you for existing. Au revoir, goodbye.